welcome to today's deep dive, where we're going to be looking at the IELTS Speaking Test.
Okay.
We're going to be using a practice podcast episode as our source material.
Right.
And what we're going to do is role play the scenario.
Interesting.
As if you, the listener, are actually taking the test.
Okay.
This is going to help give you a feel for what to expect.
Okay.
And help you practice responding effectively.
Gotcha.
So get ready to step into the exam room virtually, of
Okay.
course.
Sounds fun.
All right, so let's imagine you're sitting in the exam room for part 1 of the IELTS Speaking Test.
Okay.
I'll be the examiner, and you, our listener, will be the test taker.
All right.
First question. Do you find it easier to read on a computer or a physical book?
Could you clarify what you mean by easier?
Sure.
Are you asking about convenience or comprehension?
I'm asking about your personal preference and what you find more enjoyable.
Okay, well, in that case, I find reading physical books much more enjoyable. There's just something about the tactile experience of holding a book and turning the pages that I find very satisfying. Plus, I love the smell of old books.
Interesting.
I also find it easier to focus when I'm reading a physical book.
Yeah.
With a computer or a tablet. It's just too tempting to get distracted by notifications or other apps.
Okay, next question. Do you think reading will be important for your future career?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I believe reading is essential for continuous learning and professional development. It allows me to stay updated on industry trends, acquire new knowledge, and improve my communication skills.
Right.
For my future career, I expect reading to play a crucial role in research, staying informed about new technologies,
Yeah.
and effectively communicating ideas.
Okay, that concludes part 1 of our mock test.
That felt surprisingly realistic.
That's the idea.
Wow.
We wanted to give you a real sense of the pacing and the types of questions that you might encounter.
Yeah.
Did you notice how you were able to ask a clarifying question when you weren't sure what the examiner meant?
Yeah, I did.
That's a great strategy to use in the real test if you need to.
For sure.
Now let's take a deep breath and get ready for part 2, the long turn.
Okay.
Okay, so for part 2 of the IELTS Speaking Test, you'll have 1 minute to prepare a response to a prompt,
Okay.
and then you'll speak for up to 2 minutes.
Right.
This is called the long turn,
Okay.
and it's your chance to really showcase your ability to organize your thoughts
Okay.
and deliver a coherent and extended response.
Gotcha.
You'll do great.
Thanks.
So here's the prompt. Describe the best outfit you have ever worn.
Okay.
You should say what the outfit was,
Okay.
when and where you wore it,
Got it.
why you chose to wear it,
Yeah.
and explain how you felt wearing it.
Okay. Do I need to address all those points, or can I choose which ones to focus on?
It's best to try and address all the points mentioned in the prompt,
Okay.
just to make sure you're giving a comprehensive response.
Okay.
Because you have 1 minute to prepare. Think about the outfit, the context, and why it stands out as the best you've ever worn.
Mm-hmm.
What emotions did it evoke? How did it make you feel?
Hmm.
Jot down some notes if you need to.
Okay.
Remember, you, the listener, are the one taking this test.
Right.
Take this minute to formulate your answer.
Okay.
Okay, your minute is up.
Okay.
Now go ahead and describe the best outfit you have ever worn.
Oh.
You have up to 2 minutes.
The best outfit I've ever worn was a traditional Indian sari that my grandmother gifted me for my 18th birthday.
Okay.
It's a beautiful silk sari with intricate embroidery and vibrant colors.
Uh-huh.
I chose to wear it for my cousin's wedding, which took place in a grand palace in Rajasthan, India.
Wow.
I remember feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness as I draped the sari carefully,
Yeah.
making sure every pleat and fold was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
What made this outfit truly special was the sentimental value attached to it.
Right.
My grandmother had handpicked the sari, and it held her blessings and love. As I walked into the wedding venue, I felt a surge of confidence and pride.
Yeah.
The sari not only made me look elegant, but it also connected me to my cultural heritage and family traditions.
That's wonderful.
I received countless compliments that evening,
I bet.
but the most meaningful one came from my grandmother, who beamed with joy
Oh,
and told me I looked like a princess.
that's so sweet.
That moment made me feel incredibly special and grateful.
That was a wonderful description.
Thanks.
You did a great job incorporating all the points from the prompt,
Good.
and you delivered your response with confidence and clarity.
Awesome.
Okay, So now let's move on to part 3, the final stage of the IELTS speaking test.
Okay.
This is where we'll kind of delve a little deeper into the topic of clothing and fashion,
Okay.
engaging in a more analytical discussion.
Oh, great.
So think of this as a chance to really showcase your critical thinking skills
Right.
and your ability to kind of express complex ideas.
Okay.
Ready to dive in?
Absolutely. Bring on the thought-provoking questions.
All right, so first question. Do you think fashion plays an important role in people's lives?
Could you elaborate on what aspects of people's lives you're referring to?
Sure, I'm referring to the impact of fashion on self-expression,
Okay.
identity, social interactions, and even cultural values.
Okay. Well, in that case, I believe fashion does play a significant role
Okay.
in various aspects of people's lives. Fashion can be a powerful tool for self-expression,
Right.
allowing individuals to communicate their personality, mood, and even beliefs through their clothing choices.
Okay.
It can also shape personal identity, as people may use fashion to align themselves with certain groups or subcultures.
Interesting.
Furthermore, fashion influences social interactions,
Okay.
as clothing choices can impact first impressions and perceptions.
Right.
Lastly, fashion is intertwined with cultural values and traditions,
Yeah.
reflecting societal norms and beliefs about beauty and modesty.
Okay, next question. In your opinion, are people in your country becoming more interested in fashion than in the past?
By more interested in fashion, do you mean following trends, buying more clothes, or engaging more deeply with fashion as a form of self-expression?
Well, I'm interested in your overall observations
Okay.
about people's engagement with fashion, whether it's through following trends,
Right.
purchasing habits, or expressing themselves through clothing.
Okay, well, from my observations, I'd say that people in my country are definitely becoming more engaged with fashion.
Okay.
The rise of social media has exposed people to a wider range of styles and trends, leading to a greater awareness of fashion.
Oh,
Online shopping has also made fashion more accessible and affordable.
right.
I see more people experimenting with different styles
Okay.
and expressing their individuality through their clothing choices.
Interesting.
However, it's important to note that this increased interest in fashion may not be uniform across all demographics.
Right.
Different age groups, socioeconomic backgrounds, and cultural influences can shape people's attitudes towards fashion.
Okay. And for our final question, do you think people dress differently for work than for social occasions?
I'm assuming you're asking about general trends rather than individual preferences.
Yes. I'm interested in your observations about common practices and societal expectations regarding attire for work and social events.
Okay, well, generally speaking, there's a clear distinction between attire for work and social occasions. In most professional settings, people tend to adhere to a dress code that emphasizes formality and professionalism.
Right.
This often involves suits, dresses, or other types of business attire.
Yeah.
This practice stems from the belief that appropriate attire conveys respect for the workplace and contributes to a professional image. However, for social occasions, people have more freedom to express their personal style and preferences.
Right.
The choice of attire depends on the nature of the event, the location, and the company. For casual gatherings, people might opt for comfortable and relaxed clothing.
Yeah.
While for formal events, they might choose more elegant and stylish outfits.
Okay.
This distinction highlights the role of clothing in signaling our social roles and adapting to different social contexts.
Fantastic. That concludes our IELTS speaking test simulation. You did an excellent job.
Oh, thanks.
Engaging with the questions,
Appreciate it.
providing insightful responses, and demonstrating your ability to think critically and express yourself clearly.
Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Of course. And remember, practice makes perfect.
All right.
And by continuing to engage in these types of scenarios, you'll become even more confident and prepared for the actual test.
For sure.
So best of luck with your IELTS journey.
This deep dive has been incredibly helpful. I feel much more prepared and confident now.
Oh, we're so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And remember, the key takeaways from today are to stay calm.
Okay.
Think before you speak.
Right.
And don't be afraid to ask for clarification if needed.
Gotcha.
Best of luck.
Thanks.